Hello children, it is me, McGrouch, and today we're going to be taking a look at the EAT. When you gotta shoot 'em fast and you gotta shoot 'em right now, EAT. It's only on a 70-second cooldown, EAT. Big single target, DPS, yeah, EAT. EAT. The EAT, or Expendable Anti-Tank, is, as its name implies, expendable. It's a disposable camera. Oh, wait, sorry, that reference is too dated for the Zoomers in the audience. It's like a disposable vape. It's here for a good time, not a long time. But in that brief window of possession, boy, what an impression it leaves on Bile Titan corpses. This is among the first stratagems you can unlock, and I personally intend to be buried with mine. No coffin, just wet mud. And then watch as I am reborn in like 70 seconds. Circle of life, baby. The EAT is about as simple as you can make a weapon before you have to start calling it an IED. It's just a rocket and a tube. No need for those pesky targeting systems or ammunition packs. Just put some propellant next to a shape charge and baby, we're rocking in the free galaxy. And when those two things are gone, it's just trash to be thrown away. Some people might find this style of munition wasteful because of course Super Earth doesn't want to waste its valuable resources, but I implore these people to look at the benefits provided by the fact that you can dump this anywhere. First of all, it probably further hurts the number one enemy of freedom, nature. Second of all, it gives you the ability to carry another stratagem on you at all times. See, this is a stratagem weapon for people who are indecisive as fuck. Can't decide if you want a stratagem that addresses tanks or one that addresses groups? Now you can just take both. One of the primary advantages of the EAT is the fact that you don't have to carry it with you. If you see an enemy that needs to be addressed by anti-armor, call in the EATs. Pick one up, hit the tank with it, then go back to flamethrowing or grenade launching or whatever your other stratagem is. And you're probably going to want to have a secondary stratagem weapon on you because as great as this weapon is, it definitely has its deficiencies, namely dealing with groups. Most people will see that this is an explosive munition and assume that you can use it to blow up a group. You cannot. This is a single target weapon and you should treat it as such. But this is different from the other single target strat weapons like the spear and the recoilless rifle because with the EAT, taking two stratagem weapons is actually viable. While it may seem that the one-time use nature of this weapon could be an issue, its cooldown is low enough that you can just kind of call it in on your position whenever you need it, use it, and then pick up your other weapon again. Also, the fact that it comes in 2 packs means that you can deal with 2 tanks, just not at the same time, and also not more than 2 at a time. But like, when are you going to need to deal with 3 tanks in quick succession? It just doesn't happen! If that hypothetical situation ever does arise, you'll likely find you have excess from previous call-ins. This is like disposable vapes on a college campus. You're never gonna be more than 5 feet from one. This is, once again, because the stratagem is on a 70-second cooldown baseline with no upgrades, making it one of the fastest cooldowns in the game. And if you want to be efficient, you should be using that shit on cooldown. Literally every chance you get as soon as it's up. You should be the one littering the campus with vapes. That way, whenever you need one, you will hopefully always be within running distance of one. The core strategy you should have with this weapon is, like the weapon itself, as basic as it gets. Aim for the weak spots. Admittedly, this is not always as straightforward as it seems, but that has more to do with individual enemy quirks than anything else. For instance, even though you can one-tap charges to the head, the fact that their head is fucking tiny makes aiming for their legs a lot more viable. The only difficult aspect of using this weapon is actually hitting weak points with it at distance. Knowing that you only get 2 shots puts a lot more pressure on you to actually hit with it. So you might find yourself getting up close more than you normally would. The other part that isn't really hard, but it might be an adjustment, is having to juggle your secondary, tertiary weapon. But you'll get the hang of it pretty fast. As for how it performs against enemy factions, there is not a bad matchup for this. It is cheap and it is universal. As for structures, I would not recommend this for structures. And not because this weapon doesn't do structural damage. I mean, if you dump enough of these into something, then yeah, eventually it's gonna blow up, but you'd be much better served by an airstrike or something. Anyway, that's the EAT. If you used it before, you've probably already loved it, and if you didn't love it, then you just haven't played with it enough. Give it a shot in your next match. Bye.
Subscribe to me, coach. 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 Subscribe to me, coach.